that they probably, you're going to have to add Westbrook, and they probably have to come after your boy Gabriel or Lonnie Walker.
Bro, they can come after the whole squad besides Bron and AD, bro. Get it done.
We can do that.
Lakers, Lakers, they can go after Justin Fields too, right? I mean, they can trade for him.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, because you got to realize ain't nobody going to trade for Patrick Beverly.
Facts, yeah, I feel you, bro.
He would have to be included in the package. He can't be the main package.
Bro, I actually want to keep that Bev.
Okay, all right. That's what's up. Hey, AC Picks, talk to me, man. What you feeling like, bro?
Man, that boy Kyrie Irving got blasted by Boston and immediately demanded a trade.
What the hell is going on? This freaky shit.
I feel you, bro. Hey, but it's bro, it's weird, bro. Because I mean, it's like, bro, KD's down. You know what I'm saying? Just hold down the fort until he comes back. They was playing good,
thing, bro.
I feel like since Kyrie Irving got swept by Boston last year, then this. I mean, like the last 2 days, he lost by 30, 40 points to the Celtics again.
Yeah.
So
but if
he's seen the Lakers just competed with the Celtics, bro. He's seen the Lakers just went to the wire with the Celtics, bro. So you put Kyrie on that team, like, come on, man.
Yeah, you definitely got
losing to your former team by 30 plus, man. Come on, I think at one point it was 40 points.
50. It was like almost 50, I think.
And he was on that.
No one did mention Westbrook into the Spurs. So how many teams could be involved in this?
Yep.
I heard Dallas. They said Dallas might be trying to get him.
Well, they ain't gonna win nothing.
Well, you got to look at the teams involved. Dallas and Miami would be involved.
Everybody gonna be involved.
No, this is only the 4 teams that Kyrie got stipulations in his contract where he already said he would only go to Dallas, Miami, or the Lakers.
It's not in his contract though. That's just his preference.
Yeah, I feel
Kyrie. If it's Kyrie, his preference is gonna be where the hell he say he gonna go, because he ain't gonna do no other deal no other way.
Bro, Lakers and 5, bro. What you giving up to get Kyrie, man? What you giving up to get?
You stupid, bro.
I give up the second round picks. I mean, what is that shit? But we got to. I mean, give up Westbrook, give up the picks. And give them whatever forwards or centers that they need to put butts in seats over there. Because if you put Kyrie with Dennis the Menace, the Lakers show keeps rolling.
Bro, we're going to bring Dennis off the bench running the second year.
That's what I'm saying, though. But when Dennis come off the bench, Dennis playing against bench players, he going to cook them.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? Humble Sports TV. What's Antonio Holloway? What's happening with you, bro? It's Outside You. What's going on, bro? Hey, so all right, bro. All right. Hey, so Young Africa, man, talk to me, bro. Talk to me. You next on the list, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk to your boy. What you doing? You giving up? In fact, I don't even know why I'm asking Young Africa because he's already on the intro.
Hey, man.
Talk to me, bro. Give up the whole goddamn team to get Kyrie.
Hey, man. Hey, I love my guy Wenyan Gabriel, but sorry, man. Pack your bags, man. Patrick Beverly, pack them bags, bro. All the threes you stepped up. You increase that trade value for the times like this. Pack your bags, my guy. Hey, Lonnie Walker, you're gonna get the bag. You're probably gonna walk at the end of the season. Pack your bags, my guy, because you got to get ready. Because my guy Kyrie Irving is coming through. Now, if they do not trade these picks and they don't put everything on the damn, don't worry about no Lakers in 5, man. I might have to become a Clipper fan. Is how bad I'ma feel, man. That's how ridiculous.
Man, because the Clippers,
you just made
the after Kyrie, and y'all know how West is.
Yeah,
the Clippers is going after Kyrie. Would y'all like to have him across the fucking hall?
Hey, man, was that Big Sean?
You can't do that, and this is what it is, right? Other teams, DJ, they got better pieces than us.
Bro.
They got better pieces than us, other teams. But at the end of the day, what the Nets messed up on is not giving Kyrie the contract in the offseason. They did. Now they can go get a young player. They can go get a future.
Bro, it was just a report out last week that said that they was under no pressure to re-sign.
Because they didn't sign Kyrie in the offseason, and he's a free agent this season, ain't no team going to give up some valuable young All-NBA potential player for Kyrie that might walk. Our best chance this season to get Kyrie is if Kyrie really wants to be an LA Laker. If he does, and he doesn't want to go nowhere else,
bought a crib in LA, bro,
deal.
and he just bought
That's what I'm saying. Kyrie want to be in LA. Kyrie want to make business motherfucking ventures now.
If we get Kyrie Irving, DJ,
hold Hold on. Go ahead, young.
If we get Kyrie Irving, my guy DJ, man, make some space in LA in that trophy cabinet, my guy, because we going to the finals, my brother.
All right. Empire Jeff, you next, bro. You next. What's outside you? What's happening with you, bro? I'm gonna get to you right now. Man. It's all good. So I'm gonna get to you right now.
All the brothers. How y'all doing, man?
It's all
good.
How you doing, bro? Good. Hold on. Let me get to.
I'm good, y'all. I'm doing some real estate work, and I just got caught off guard with this Kyrie situation.
All right, hold on. Let me get to you next. Well, actually, I got Empire Jeff, then I got Meadow, then you next. Hold on. Go ahead, Empire Jeff. I want to hear your take, man.
He can go. He already started his part. Let my man go ahead and continue.
All right, all right. You get up just play. All right, go ahead, bro.
All right, yeah. End of the day, this all boils down to money. This all boils down to him wanting to get paid. He's worth $200K.
Yes, sir.
The Nets are still on that Stephen A. Smith juice, on that 1 year, whatever the case may be. End of the day, pay the man, and just, you know what I mean? Just paying. He's worth 200. I mean, he's worth the max. You know what I mean? It's Kyrie Irving. He's not an 8-time All-Star for no reason.
And roll the dice.
That's facts right there, man. I feel you, brother.
Bro, this is my take on it too, bro. It's like, bro, if he waited all this time and not gave up them picks, bro, and end up getting Kyrie, bro, he gonna redeem himself. That's the ultimate redemption right there.
Oh, I didn't get rid of Damian Jones too.
Man.
They'll get rid of whatever they need to do to get this.
I was about to say, get rid of whoever.
Well, it's kind of like how everybody said on the panel a long time ago.
I'm good with everybody besides Brian AD.
I feel you, man.
I mean, who y'all gonna trade? Obviously Westbrook, right? And who else?
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie.
Westbrook, maybe Lonnie, maybe. I don't care. Look, anybody besides Brian and AD, bro. As long as we get Kyrie, I'm good.
You'd have to give up Westbrook. You'd have to give up Lonnie Walker. You'd have to give up the picks and maybe some compensation of money. But that's cool. Roll the dice.
They might try to give up Joe Harris too, though.
They will.
Whatever we do, we need to match the offer across the hall so that he don't go across the hall.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Go ahead, bro.
So, real quick. So, one thing, a couple of things. I think the Clippers are just going to kind of antagonize and try to drive the price up. I think they're going to step back to wait to see if KD becomes available after this. That's the first part. Second is Charlotte, San Antonio, and Utah have been in third-team standby mode since the summer for a rush trade. They're just sitting back ready for something that works for them. And I think that Utah trade that leaked out yesterday might have been part of this too. Oh, today. Yeah, sorry. I think that might be part of it. Because Brooklyn, even if they accept Russ, they're probably not keeping him. They're going to waive him. So the Lakers' 2 unprotected first-round picks outweigh pretty much anything that anyone else could offer. Because, like Young Africa said, and shout out to Young Africa, man. I've been hearing you slay on every panel you've been on, bro. You're killing it. So they're not like Phoenix isn't giving up Miles Bridges. Like, these dudes aren't going to give up young assets for Kyrie, who can walk in the summer. And do you want to take on an unhappy Kyrie, like in a free agent year? He's already unpredictable. Secondly, Lakers and Boston's in the finals would break the internet. So what I'm saying is I think this deal can get done, but I think Brooklyn could also sit on this and be like, look, we're going to wait till the summer, try to force a sign and trade to get the deal that you want, which is more money. But a lot of teams, that's the thing. No, hold on. No, they can, but it's difficult, but they can. So the thing is I was about to get to that point. A lot of NBA teams don't like to do that because it automatically triggers a hard cap. But Brooklyn may still try to force that because they seem to be just kind of like saying, nah, Kyrie, we're going to do what we want, not what you want, this whole process. So
that's why I don't think he's going to do no type of business with him. I don't think he's going to do no type of business with him, bro.
Last year,
he don't respect him enough.
The same repeat of what he did to him last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even think he'll do a sign and trade with them, bro. Just because he don't, you know what I'm saying, they didn't look out for him. So he like, bro.
I'm not saying he's going to. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Brooklyn may be trying to leverage that. Yeah, that's where he can make the most money. Yeah. That's where Kyrie makes the most money. So keep in mind, he's demanding a trade because he's not getting the most money he can. So Brooklyn can keep in their pocket like, all right, you want the most money you can get? You stay in here until we find the best deal we can get. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not, put my name on that. I'm just saying Brooklyn may be trying to leverage that because Kyrie's mom came out. Kyrie's mom came out and made it public about 2 weeks ago, right? Like saying like we submitted, like we want to stay here, and Brooklyn was like, all right, we'll give you a max, but there's all these stipulations in here, and Kyrie's like, nah. And then no coincidentally, the Lakers were in Brooklyn just a couple of days ago. Bron was in that year, and now here we are.
Hey, DJ, don't let Infamous on here nix the whole trade.
On the internet, one of those stipulations that they put in that contract is that he couldn't make certain statements to the media, and Kyrie ain't playing that.
You're not going to silence Kyrie. You're not going to silence him, so you definitely can't put that in.
Nobody want to
as soon as you put that stipulation in there, Kyrie was like, "I'm gonna go."
That's what's up. And let me get to Meadow, man. Meadows, yeah, you my last guy, man. Yeah, give your speak on to my brother, and then we can go free for all after that.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's good? How's everyone doing?
It's all good, my brother.
How you doing, my brother?
Bro.
I'm good.
How school treat you?
Yes. I heard the news during school. That was funny. I heard during lunchtime. That's when everything started happening. I think there's not many teams that are probably going to be interested. I mean, how many teams were interested during the offseason? It was probably Miami, LA, maybe Dallas. That's probably it on teams that are interested.
Dallas, Miami, yeah.
Well, it's like the homeboy said too, though. A lot of teams didn't pull the trigger. They decided to wait till right now.
Let me
also a lot of teams aren't gonna trade for Kyrie because they don't think they might not be able to keep him. They don't, because he's one more year on his contract. So I mean,
let me ask y'all a question, and Lakers file. Let me ask y'all a question. Would you rather, because Chris Paul, he's on the mark, he's out there now. Would you rather take Chris Paul than Kyrie?
No.
Hell no.
Oh no,
Chris Paul got one of the worst contracts in NBA history. Him and John Wall.
And one of the worst hams.
I mean, he's still a true point guard, though. But I hear what you're saying.
I'm good on Chris Paul.
I mean, I like Kyrie. That's my guy. But I'm just saying.
Chris Paul's too old, man.
Kyrie a better fit too.
Now I can't hate on the brother. When he was supposed to come here to LA, when the commissioner smashed the deal, I didn't have a problem with Chris Paul. That Chris Paul that came up out of New Orleans was the Chris Paul that I wanted.
That was a different CP3. That man.
Kobe Bryant was alive, and David Stern, God bless the dead on him. It was
him and Dwight, wasn't it? Saying both of them was supposed to.
The Clippers changed Chris Paul when he got across the hall. He became a nasty player.
He was always had little man syndrome, man, before he got to the Clippers.
Yeah, but he didn't play that in New Orleans, though, man.
Hey, hold on, real quick. Hey, Humble Sports TV. I don't know who the hell timed out LA Sports Live, bro. Hey, come on, y'all. What y'all doing? LA Sports Live is a cool dude, man. Come on, man.
I don't be doing that.
If they ain't talking like bad on the Lakers, bro, it don't need a timeout. Come on, y'all.
Hey man, he must have pissed off Bree Love. She the one that timed him out.
Hey yo, y'all make sure y'all get the likes up in this bit.
But at the end of the day, the Lakers, those two unprotected picks were the best thing on the market for the.
Yes, sir. Because we can buy those picks back.
Most important picks, bro. It's the most important picks.
And not just that, but you can't tell me. I mean, Rob Pelinka and Sean Marks look way too comfortable together in Summer League. They've been had this lined up, just wait and see approach. Like they look like stepbrothers.
I've been talking about that geek, man, but Rob been setting this stuff up, man.
Rob ain't as dumb as people think. I mean,
the craziest thing about it all, bro, is that we actually have a timeline this time. Bro, in the summer was no timeline. Bro, we have like 6 days for this to happen. So we didn't know by in between 6 days if he's going to be a Laker or not. That's the best part.
What's gonna stretch this out though? Because what makes it really interesting is if the Lakers are gonna kind of insist on an extension prior to the trade. So that's what's gonna make it. Because then you got trade kicker. You got all that. There's a bunch of different things that go through all that.
Yeah, and I think that the Lakers will pay for that.
Well, I think if the Lakers are going to give 2 unprotected first-round picks, they just want to make sure. Yeah, they just want to make sure that this dude doesn't be like, oh, whoa, LA's wild. I don't know.
Well,
know
no,
what I
that
mean?
ain't what I mean, my brother. What I mean by pay for that is don't they have to give up some compensation to stretch that period out?
Oh, they don't, because you see that's where people got it twisted. You're only trading for this year's salary. He can make 200 million the next year. Don't matter. You don't have to make that math work. You just have to make this math work for this year.
Okay,
That's
that's
it.
what's up.
And you only got to get within 20%. So it's like people got the math.
Oh, that's
don't
it. Just
track that.
20%.
They have money coming off their book for next season too with Russ if they take it.
They do, but the only wrinkle in this is that Brooklyn. What up, Humble? Is that Brooklyn is not incentivized to tank because their picks go to H-Town. So like that's where a third team is kind of like interesting and probably might be more possible. But I'm just assuming because I know they got to get to the playoffs because if they fall to the lottery, that goes to Houston.
Yeah, so what you're saying is somebody might use an ally as concession to help with the trade itself.
Yeah, well, I think all these teams the Lakers have been linked to, Charlotte, San Antonio, and Utah. I think those are all players that Brooklyn would want, and Russ goes to one of those other teams. That's what I would assume.
Say this. Hey, fellas, listen. I gotta go. I gotta take care of some business. But I'm gonna say this right now. Don't be surprised if a third team is in this, and don't be surprised if Phoenix is in this.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised about nothing. As long as you get Kyrie, I don't care. It could be a 10 team. It could be a 10 team.
Right now, Phoenix ain't a hot spot for players to want to go to, man. Even for the money, it's not a hot spot.
No, NBA players love Phoenix, bro. Secondly, don't underestimate the ignorance of the New York Knicks to try to throw like 4 draft picks at Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's because the Knicks just be doing stupid, bro. The Knicks they don't even need a point guard.
Yeah, but don't nobody want to play for the owner, man. Everybody know how the owner is.
I'm just telling you.
He's not gonna go to the Knicks.
I know that. What I'm saying is, don't be surprised if the dumbasses want to
bounce. Yo, salute to the chat. I'll holler, yo. All right,
brother. Be safe.
Get them lights up, man. Get them lights up.
Hey, get the likes up, man. Be appreciated. Get the likes up, man. Helps out the channel, man. Hey,
we see what New York did to Carmelo. Ain't nobody going over there, man.
I wasn't saying it was going to happen. I'm saying they're dumb enough to offer like all their picks. They're dumb enough to do it.
I heard the Knicks was trying to offer 3 picks for Anunoby. Go ahead, bro.
I want to get Humble Sports' opinion, man, on this, man. Hey, Humble Sports, I'm glad you said that, man. I didn't know he got timed out, bro. So I just gave him a wrench too.
Yeah, I mean that's the homie, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was love AC, man. That's my guy, man.
Yeah, that's the homie too. I'm always over there. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody timed him out.
Yeah, I don't know who did that.
The hall monitors, man.
OG, man. That's one of the
I'm just saying,
bro.
DJ. I ain't never seen We Love time nobody out.
Well, I don't know if she did or not.
The only thing she times out is the game. She's like 2 days ahead of us. Other than that,
well, when you time somebody out as a moderator, when you give us a wrench, it shows us who timed somebody out. That's the moderator.
Okay. She must have did it accidentally then.
She might have did it on accident. Sometimes people's fingers go bad.
Probably said something out the way.
Forensic accounting going on here, bro.
But anyways, go ahead, Humble Sports. What's your opinion, man? Talk to me.
Yeah, man. I just salute DJ, man. Appreciate you for having me, bro. Salute to the panel, Jeff. I see you, my brother. Man, look, I think the writing on the wall for the Lakers, man. Like you have to get that deal done. I'm not the biggest Kyrie Irving fan, but I think it'll make exception for like the fit. The fit is better than what you have with Westbrook because at least we can get production out of Kyrie as far as offensively, and he can shoot, man. Like Kyrie's, he's been kind of linked in with the Laker, ties with like Kobe Bryant and stuff like that. So I don't think he'll come in doing, his brother Earth shit and this is regular Kyrie mode stuff that he always be on. I think he will honor him to put that purple and gold on and from what I've seen, excuse me, that Kyrie hasn't shared a list of preferred teams, but he has maintained interest in the Lakers. So I think the Lakers should go ahead and do it.
Bro, Kyrie always seemed like he's been a Laker, bro. I don't know why, bro. He's the perfect fit to be a Los Angeles Laker.
Yeah.
And when he did share his preferred team, it was the Lakers. When he did stay during the offseason, it was the Lakers.
Yep.
Yeah. That offseason.
I mean, Magic Johnson just tweeted not too long ago. He said I love to see Kyrie in the purple and gold. So I think, I'm pretty sure Magic Johnson is on the phone with
come to the Lakers, bro. I think he still want to come to the Lakers. He just didn't come out and say it. But I think that's the team he's leading towards, bro.
Look, Mike,
That's where he want to come, man. He want to come to Hollywood.
He just bought his pops a crib in LA too, so he
Well,
definitely
everybody live in LA,
yeah,
man.
I think Kyrie, his wife from LA, like she grew up, around, I think like her uncle used to play for the Lakers back in the day. So.
Yeah,
back in the day.
Another thing too is teams love it when they can blame the player for the trade, like they requested a trade or forced a trade. So Brooklyn could have just waited for Kyrie to kick dust up again so they could do it. Because sometimes they don't want to. They're like, why you trade him if KD's healthy? You won like this many games, yada yada yada, right? So like they love to put the blame on the player, and like so they just set the trap for Kyrie to do it.
Hey, but I got a question to y'all. I got a question. Like, what do y'all see Kevin Durant's future with the Brooklyn Nets since all
he leaving this offseason. I don't think he's gonna request a trade right now, but after this season, he's gonna request another trade. So I
think Kevin Durant end up in New York.
Break. I said I think KD gonna leave. I think he gonna bounce. The Brooklyn Nets have no reason to let. Bro, you have a reason to let him go now because I mean he was disgruntled last.
Westbrook try to ball out again, but nah.
But see what's genius about what Kyrie did is when Kyrie wanted this in the offseason, Phoenix was like, nah, we're putting you on the back burner until we figure out Kyrie. Now with him doing this a week before the trade deadline, they cannot sit around and wait to see what they're going to do with KD.
That's why I said that's the best part about it, bro. They have 6 days.
Yeah.
When is the trade deadline? The 9th or the 10th?
Thursday,
look,
the 9th.
Can we all agree that this shit caught us off guard?
Oh yeah, I definitely caught me off guard, bro. It's crazy because I was literally just thinking a couple days ago. I was like, man, what if Kyrie requests a trade? And I was like, nigga, another chance of that happening to swim.
It didn't catch me off guard just for the simple fact that they leaked that contract stuff about a week and a half ago.
Yeah,
so the fact that they did that and there was no movement after
pressure.
that.
Yeah, there wasn't under no pressure to give them an extension.
So that's why this isn't really like surprising. Like I said, if you look at the timeline, bro, like they leaked that out. Lakers touched down in Brooklyn. Pelinka was on the trip. Now all this is coming out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So just like pay attention to the steps that led up to this. In hindsight, which is 2020, it's kind of obvious now, right?
Well, you got to learn how to watch basketball and then also put yourself in the GM perspective. That's why they have GM modes on games that people never play.
Yeah. I don't play games, but yeah, I got you though. I seen it.
I'm excited about it though. Like, bro, we have a time limit. Hey, let's get it done. Bro, Rob, go all in. I mean, bro, if I was him, I wouldn't stop until I got this deal done, bro. Nigga, I would harass them niggas, literally.
I think it's already pretty much. I think it was agreed like during the summer. I think Rob was like, look, what is it going to cost? And how long are you going to want to wait? Because they both have been on the same timeline.
It's better now, though, because it's
No, I got you.
Yeah.
But they just both been on the same timeline.
They both said that we both going to look like idiots to everybody in America because we ain't pulling the trigger, but we already know we need to get to this point right here before we want to pull it.
Yeah, exactly. A fisherman could always spot another fisherman from afar. You got two GMs in the same boat.
Golded.
Oh, I've been trying to tell y'all all year, Rob is not as dumb as people think.
No, I'm happy to see that Rob is using some of that fucking sense that he came from Michigan from. I'm from Detroit, bro. I watched Rob Pelinka when he was on the senior team before Chris Webber and Jalen Rose and all those cats came there. They benched the whole senior team.
Yep. The dumbest thing about Rob Pelinka was his teammate, Chris Webber. Other than that, that's it. Like Rob is like, dude, Kobe just didn't have idiots around.
We're not gonna sit up here and talk about Chris now, man. Come on, man.
And Rob not a pushover, bro. That's the thing. Bro,
I'm not gonna let you do that, Jeff.
Trying to get over
I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. No, but you're right, Rambo. He's not a pushover.
All those cats was getting paid. Believe that.
No, you're right, Rambo. He's definitely not a pushover.
That's not a pushover, bro. And a lot of these teams been trying to get over on him. That's what it is, bro. He like Rob, like I'm not no hoe, bro. Like I'm not finna let y'all just. That's really what it's been this whole time. Like they've been trying to get over on him. And he like, nigga, I'm not that desperate.
I really thought that he was a feckless individual with no common sense. But Rob was actually keeping that stuff in his pocket.
Rob has been walking around with that bitch please shirt all year. I'm telling you.
Let me ask you this,
bro. Perfect example. That's a perfect example right there.
Let me ask y'all this, because this got me wondering now. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole thing with Kyrie, like I think somebody already brought this up, but the whole thing with Kyrie being traded was always on the talks when it came in the summertime, right? So my thing is that I think Young Africa also said it in the intro. Do you think that this was the plan from the beginning of the season?
Because, I think this was some of the hope. This was some of the hope.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm just saying he wanted out in the summertime, and then all of a sudden the trade talk stopped, right? And all of a sudden this news breaks, like you said, 6 days before the trade deadline, right? Did you think that he had something like he told LeBron and the Lakers front office, like, look, hey, I'm gonna request a trade around this time, so hold on to those 2 picks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think they was whipping up something in that kitchen, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I think Bron and Kyrie was having private little conversations, and they like, hey, we gonna wait the perfect time in the strike within a week of the trade deadline. Look, get them boys up on their toes, you hear me? As soon as that time comes, you gonna announce it. Boom, all hell gonna break.
I don't know. Just because LeBron I don't know about that. Still play on the same team. They still friends with each other. They hang out with each other. They families do things with each other.
I think it's more of the
that he wanted moves to be made during the season. I think when the clip like let's be honest, when the Brooklyn Nets are going on a 12-game streak before KD gets injured, no one is thinking this team gonna break up. They think they're gonna make a deep run to the playoffs. And so I don't think anyone saw that, but the hope and that's why I said, in the intro, shout out to you, DJ, man, that if it's a 50-50 situation, I would have liked Rob Pelinka to get off them picks in the preseason. But if and there's a most definite possibility, you hold on to them picks, knowing that the chances of getting Kyrie is too good to.
And that's why he's been holding on to him for a while. And that's why he's been for a superstar to come available.
Yeah, if something like an all-star or some level player, because they're the only picks we have, valuable picks we have for the rest of the decade, essentially, we don't really want to get off them and be strapped. So,
yeah, he said in the beginning, he said you only get one chance with this. He only get one chance. That he's smart.
You only get one shot. One shot.
He's been saying that. Yeah, he's been. And one thing, so basically what this is, I think Young Africa is right on with this. So I think what it is this move has been both teams' savings account. It's just been there, put aside, ready to use when needed. So they got to this point, and Africa's right. When they were on on a 12-game streak, they were playing.
If Rob go all in and they still deny him, then that's cool, bro. I mean, Rob did his part, but bro, he gotta go all in. He has
the offer. The offer's already there, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's there.
It's there.
Oh, it's been there. It's been there.
Bro,
I think that the situation was,
tell me what y'all want. Whatever y'all want, I give it to y'all. Now, I'm not even gonna make an offer. Y'all tell me what y'all want, and it's yours.
The best part about it is the Lakers are gonna get shooting back too, because there's gonna have to be Harris or Curry that comes with them.
Yeah, it's Steph Curry.
I was thinking that too, Empire.
Steph Curry or Joe Harris. That's what I'm saying.
And
I think that the whole situation that pertained to Kyrie Irving to begin with was about him cleaning up his image that he has started in Brooklyn before he came to LA, because we just don't do that.
Yeah, they had to kind of clean him up for the LA press conference.
Bro, they can't even really be mad at Kyrie this year, bro, because he actually been playing and he's been playing good.
No, that ain't what I'm saying. No, it ain't about your play when it comes to the LA media. We a melting pot of so many individuals and states. I grew up in Van Nuys too, man. So we just such a big melting pot of so many states. So many damn places and so many people that you had to clean that image up that you sat over there in damn Brooklyn before Genie would pull the trigger. Genie, if he had a clean image, Genie would have pulled the trigger at the beginning of the year.
Well, to be fair, if Kyrie had a good image, then everyone would be trying to trade for him.
But that's harsh, man. Because I don't think everything they pinned on him this season. I don't think that's what he is. I don't think he's anti-Semitic. I don't think.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's anti-Semitic. I'm saying that everybody makes mistakes, and the shit that he said, it was a mistake, and he didn't clean it up correctly. So in order to come to LA and be up under the sunshine and the lights in Hollywood, You gotta clean it up, bro.
Oh, bro, trust
Hell,
me, bro.
man, I
They don't
grew
care,
up with
they don't care
Magic
about none of that.
Johnson. I
Bro,
grew up
look,
with
bro,
Magic Johnson was the king of LA. And we even booed Magic Johnson when he didn't produce.
Bro, as long as he come to LA and perform, bro, he wouldn't hear nothing from the fans. He can act as crazy as he wants to on the social media, bro. As long as he playing under them lights and performing,
No, you
they not
can't
gonna care.
act crazy on social media in LA. You can't do that.
Man, as long as he gets Russell Westbrook out of here, I don't care.
Exactly,
That's what I'm
man.
saying, bro.
We've been watching Westbrook for 2 seasons. Bro. We got dudes got 25
See, that's a
points.
whole
Look
nother
good,
story,
nigga.
man. I don't know.
Not turn the
I don't
ball
think that
over.
you can. I don't think that you can get
SB
Russ. But I think that Jeff,
He can
don't
do what
Russ
he
have
want
a no
outside the
trade
court, bro.
contract clause?
As long as he
We gotta do
balling,
one at a time, man.
Yeah,
We gotta do one at a time.
bro, look, bro, he can do whatever he want outside the court. As long as he balling under them lights, I don't give a damn what that boy doing in his purpose.
Facts. Facts,
Yeah,
man.
I'll
But
drive.
you're saying that from a fan's perspective.
Yep.
You're saying that from a fan's perspective. It's still a business. There's the Lakers brand is still a thing. You can't. That's why he's saying he wants Kyrie to get cleaned up.
And I'm saying that from a job perspective too,
He
though.
is
I'm just
cleaned
saying
up.
if you
Are you
coming
saying that he ain't
to
cleaned
work
up?
performing,
That's not
if you
what I'm
coming to
saying
work
about the
performing, bro, it shouldn't matter what they do in their personal life. If they perform at work, then you paying them what they doing, what they performing for. So as long as he coming and he playing and he balling, bro, he can do what he want in his personal life. That's all I'm saying.
I just don't see Kyrie coming into the Lakers with all that foolishness. Like not on Kobe.
It's not gonna work, bro.
He hasn't even been with the foolishness that much lately, though.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the brother. I'm not trying to kick boots at that brother. All I'm saying is that we all make mistakes. He made a mistake, and I think the genie would have pulled the trigger if it wasn't going through all that. You know how the media is in television. They blew that all up on television, man. MSNBC, everything. They made the man look like a pariah.
The thing is, I think they tried to pull the trigger in the summer already. It's just that the Brooklyn wasn't ready to part with him because they was trying to see what's going on with KD. So I think if it was up to Jamie, he would have been.
Whoa.
What's that?
Whoa. Man, that's some crazy porno.
I don't know what that.
I had to stop and look at the screen.
Texas is even on the panel.
Right. Hey, sometimes I wonder where y'all come up with some of the shit y'all say. God damn, bro.
I think Young Africa is about to touch on it because I do want to touch on that. That's why I left that comment up there.
Oh yeah, get the likes up, by the way, y'all.
Fast, get the likes up, man. Appreciate it. Young Africa, you gonna comment on that one?
Yeah, man. So this trade request, right? And leverage. Kyrie has all the leverage, right? He's a free agent. He's about to be a free agent at the end of the season. He can pick whatever team he goes to. He has all the leverage in this situation. The Nets don't have leverage unless they want to just let him walk. The only leverage they got is we're going to let you play out the season and we're going to let you walk. And that would be a dumbass decision for an organization when you can get a bag for Kyrie. And
exactly.
So it really depends on how Kyrie finesses this situation because he has all the leverage. If a team like say Dallas, say the Clippers, say Miami, these teams have better packages than the Lakers, then his agent can finesse the situation and say, hey, bro, whatever y'all trade, we ain't re-signing with y'all. We don't want to live in Dallas, nigga. We don't want to live in freaking Phoenix, nigga. It don't matter what you do. But and do you want to take a risk and give away a young piece like a DeAndre Ayton or like whoever the piece is on your team, like a Tyler Hero for Kyrie if he walks?
Yeah,
that's the question. And a team like the Miami Heat, that's a crazy scenario for them because they just maxed out Tyler Hero. Would you be willing to roll the dice on one season for a championship and trade your future piece in Tyler Hero? They might do that.
A lot of money.
They got the picks and they got the player that would actually be useful to the Nets in the future. And so that's a big question for these teams. Are you willing to roll the dice for a season? Because if you are, Lakers most likely ain't gonna get Kyrie. But if Kyrie finesses the situation, says I don't want to stay there and I don't even want to be there, well then you ain't doing nothing, man.
Bro, I think he can really force his way to LA if he wanted to, bro. Strictly
I like
LA.
that, brother. You shot that shit out.
All he got to do is say, hey, I want to go to LA. If I'm not getting traded to LA, I'm just going to go there in the summertime.
Exactly. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Because like Africa just said, he knows a lot of these other teams aren't going to give up their top assets to get him. So that just makes the Lakers pick even more
But
valuable.
I'm saying he might as well just come out and say, "Hey, I want to go to the Lakers. That's the only team I want to go to."
He can't say
He's trying
that.
to be subliminal. He's trying to be more subliminal about it. Yeah.
AD didn't even do that.
It's business. It's business. He don't have to do that. But he can do that without even having to say that. And at the end of the day, the Lakers, they might be trash in 2027, 2029. Them picks might be lottery picks. And so that's very important for a team like the Nets, man. So
it's probably more than likely going to be a lottery pick. It's more than likely going to be a lottery
I'm sorry, DJ. I didn't mean to say the F word. Who cares about those lottery picks? Because you don't know who's going to be something out the lottery.
No, I'm talking about the other team, though.
No, but look, what if it's the next Victor? Oh, yeah, right, yeah. What if it's the next Victor Wembanyama, man? You never know. That could be a steal. If I was them, I'd jump on there if I was Brooklyn. Nigga,
we can't get Victor, man. It would be no.
I'm talking about in 2027 or 2029. What if it's the next Victor Wembanyama coming out or something? I'm just saying, like they don't know. Like they got to take the chance.
Well, the Nets also got to do their.
That young boy gonna get the hell beat out of him.
People in the chat say other team got assets once again.
I think he's gonna ball. I think he's gonna come in and ball.
The Nets messed up not giving Kyrie the max.
And everybody thought the Chet was gonna ball too, but he ain't stepped on the court yet.
Bro, look, and they didn't give him the extension. They messed up by not giving him the extension.
I mean, look, I seen it that they was going to give him an extension, but he turned it down. So
because they had stipulations. Stipulations like
they had restrictions. They had restrictions on there.
But I believe somebody already said on the panel that Kyrie, since the beginning of the season, said that this is where he wanted to be in the first place. So do you not think that Kyrie's going to go where Kyrie wants to go?
He is, bro. And the thing is, I think Kyrie see that the Lakers could be contenders this year too, and he like, hey, I'm trying to get there, help them boys win the ring, so I can stay there. Because if they win a ring this year without him,
I think that we could win this championship and next year.
But look, if the Lakers win this year without Kyrie, the chances of him coming is more slim. That's why I think he's trying to get there too now, because he's like, man, these boys can actually compete.
Without Kyrie, to be honest, bro, that ain't really a high possibility.
Bro, I still think we got a chance if they make some more moves. Bro, I'd rather have Kyrie. I'd rather have Kyrie.
Nah, man, if we ride it with Westbrook, nah.
It's not happening.
I said we make some more moves. I'm saying like a Van Vliet trade or something else. But I'm just saying I think
everybody keep talking about Van Vliet.
I don't care about Van Vliet no more if we can get Kyrie.
Now, so, can I ask a question? So, out of the four possible trades, Zach LaVine, Kyrie, the Jazz 3 rotational players, or the Toronto trade, if all of them were on the table, which one are you picking?
Wait, say it again.
Those are all individual different positions, and each individual position.
I'll answer your question. So I would do Kyrie 1, Toronto 2. I would do Kyrie 1, Toronto 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't do the Chicago trade just for the per se. Like Zach LaVine, he's injury prone, and then they giving away Lonzo Ball, who's hurt. He's not, producing. He's not on the court, honestly. So, why would you want to take on that deal, that contract anyway? And he getting like $72 million or something like that for like 3 years.
Is that what he get? He gets $72 million?
I think that's what Chicago gave him last season.
He extended more than that, I think. So he got a max. That's his second deal. So it's even more.
So you don't want. So why would you take on those 2 contracts with him and Zach LaVine? Like,
I don't think that Chicago one.
Is that the contract with incentives?
The thing is, we ain't getting LaVine though with Westbrook, because they got years on LaVine, so you can actually trade your valuable pieces for LaVine for the future, because he got years. He can stay on your team for years. We ain't gonna get LaVine for no Patrick Beverly and Westbrook, bro. That ain't gonna happen.
Bro. Yeah, I don't think I've never seen that Chicago deal as real. I've never taken it serious.
Yeah. See that was Bobby Marks the other day. Bobby Marks was the other day was on ESPN saying those little trade scenarios.
Oh no, I know, but
Devontae Green. Yeah,
But they gotta get them clicks. So the media, like they be putting out fake stuff all the time, bro. But that
You
Zach
see the
Levine's
pattern.
Zach
They're trying to
Levine.
force the Lakers. They're trying to force the
No,
Lakers.
they got to
to
use them.
Theoretically,
Agents got to use the Lakers. Free agents got to use everyone uses the Lakers. But look, like Zach Levine will move for like if like Trey Young becomes available, something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be Westbrook and like that. I don't even think the Lakers want Levine, to be honest.
I think Levine wants to be on the Lakers,
Zach
but I don't
been
think the
trying to
Lakers.
get back. Zach been trying to get back home a long time, bro.
That's what I said. I said I think Zach Levine wants to be a Laker, but I don't see that.
I think DeRozan would be a Laker too.
But they want, if they're training those guys, they want to rebuild, right? So they want young pieces and draft picks, bro. They don't want no old ass Westbrook and Patrick Beverly, bro. Like that ain't gonna.
Here's my take.
The crazy thing about Kyrie, this is a perfect situation for the Lakers. This man a free agent. Hey, his agent could finesse the situation. We got draft picks, and at the end of the day, yeah, he can essentially
lock out
space,
everybody else. We got everything.
The only thing that can happen that we in the way that we don't get the Lakers, if Kyrie really wants to come to the Lakers, is if they say, nah, we ain't trading you. You playing out your contract, and we're gonna let you walk, bro. That's the only way.
Stupid, bro. Right? Yeah, that'd
be the most stupidest move. The stupidest move
they
of
might
all
say
time.
we got a championship. We got a chance at a championship. I don't care what you want, Kyrie. You
Let me tell you guys this. So, okay, we
can sit if you want.
We all can agree we want Kyrie on the Lakers, right? Let's just, I hope is I'm not going to throw this out in the air, but I'm thinking like, well, the Lakers, they have been getting kind of fleeced in these deals, so don't be surprised, y'all, if there won't be like a deal going down between Kyrie and the Lakers. So I'm just giving y'all a heads up, so everybody won't be upset next week on the trade deadline. So I'm
more concerned about the trades that's going on across the hall over there right now.
They're checking on KD.
Get Kyrie. I don't think they're gonna get Kyrie, man.
They're checking on KD.
I'm just saying that's one of his destinations is the Clippers. So I'm more concerned about what Jerry West is doing.
They're not getting.
What they gonna trade Paul George for KD or something like that? What they gonna?
Well, yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's possible. It's possible. They can trade Paul George. They can do it.
I'm telling you. So like, what's happening is what happens is when Kyrie does that, the Nets then have to go to KD and see what's up there before they can do anything. So and Woj just tweeted it actually right now. So
and
just
the
said
Clippers gave all they picks to OKC.
But Jeff, we've been watching the Clippers try to compete with the big brother across the hall for years. That's what they like to do.
No. I get it.
I just hope the Lakers play this smart, man. I hope they just play it
Hey,
smart.
what did you say? Woj tweeted? What did Woj tweet?
That's the only way to play it smart, bro.
Basically, what he just said is that of all the calls that the Nets are getting right now, it's pretty much teams calling saying like, "Yo, what's up, KD?" Like teams aren't calling about Kyrie because teams think that I told you that I said that early on. So it's like teams think that Kyrie is going to the Lakers. He just tweeted it right now.
Is going to go to New York. I guarantee you, Kevin Durant.
That is great for the Lakers.
For the Lakers, though, bro.
Yes,
like that's what I'm saying.
Because they already think he's going there. So that's what I'm trying to say.
And nobody else wants him. That's the thing. Don't nobody else want him. Like, bro, this is a perfect situation to be in right now.
There's teams that want him though, like the Mavs. The Mavs would be.
No, bro. I really don't. I really don't think
Kevin Durant goes to Philadelphia, that's a
problem, bro. They can't even compete. He's not even a good fit with them.
But Africa, let me ask you a question. Do you think that Mark Cuban wants to put Kyrie anywhere near Luka when they gotta, extend him in a couple of years?
No, absolutely not.
I would say that on a basketball level, Kyrie would complement Luka very well. He would allow Luka to play his game, and he just needs to pass the ball to Kyrie and just let him cook, bro. So that would work on a basketball level.
Kyrie is good with the ball in his hands. Kyrie is good with the ball in his hands. So Luka
can't occupy the mic, homie. You can't put Kyrie with Luka. They got two bull lion personalities, and they're gonna clash.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good fit.
All I'm saying is Jalen Brunson didn't leave the Mavs because of the money. He left because he wanted the ball in his hands and he wanted to run his own show.
And
exactly. And Luka wants the ball in his hands. He ain't finna let that damn ball get out in Kyrie's hands. That's Luka.
It's not a good fit, bro. It's just not a good fit, man.
Oh no. I disagree with the fact that they're not being a good fit. I think basketball wise, because Kyrie has proven he can play off ball. My thing is that I just like guys don't like being the secondary ball header so far next to Luka. I'm telling you, like Jalen Brunson, like everyone knew 6 months before he left, and he was going.
Now I get where you coming from, Jeff. Like if he could play off the ball with Luka and be like Latrell Sprewell, that would be stupid.
But he don't want to. But he doesn't want to play off the ball.
Yeah, it's not a non-fit. It's not a non-fit skill wise. I think it's a non-fit.
Yeah, it's an ego.
I'm talking about ego wise. That's what I was gonna say. I'm talking about ego wise. I'm not talking about on court play. I'm talking about it's not a good fit ego wise.
Hey, do y'all think? Do y'all think that a team like a Miami Heat or any other team, but especially Miami Heat, would trade a young piece like Tyler Hero to roll the dice on a one-season Kyrie Irving championship?
No, bro. The thing is, bro,
I think they're waiting on KD.
I don't see what Miami has over there. Kyrie can get to a championship.
Everyone is lining up their stuff for KD right now. It's a summer all over again.
If you don't get him now, you got to save your assets for the offseason, right?
Yeah.
Hey, man, we get it, Kyrie, my niggas.
Yeah, we are.
Looking good.
Some room for the trophy cabinet, DJ. Make some room.
Hey, bro. Hey, I gotta read up on that.
Hey, DJ.
I gotta read on that article, bro. Drop that article so I can look at it, bro.
Over there in Miami, could he win a championship with them? Do they have enough personnel?
They could go to the finals.
Well, who for KD or Kyrie?
No, Kyrie.
If you put Kyrie in Miami right now, would they beat Milwaukee? Would they beat Boston?
I think KD have a better chance of beating them with Miami than Kyrie.
I have 2 words why Kyrie will never go to Miami. Pat Riley. Like, dude will lose his mind with Kyrie.
Can't stand Pat Riley.
Yeah. He will.
Some of these teams that
looking
he
good for the Lakers. It is looking good for the Lakers.
Hey, I know this though. I'll tell y'all this. Now that this whole thing came out, I know Kevin Durant is pissing in his pants right now because hold on, real quick. I know he's got to be pissing in his pants right now because he is going to the front office of Brooklyn and telling them, "Do not trade this nigga to LeBron, bro." I'm telling you right now, he is.
That's exactly what he's doing, DJ.
He's on got 3 burner accounts ready to go.
If they finna trade him too, they finna be like, nigga, we don't care what you think, nigga, we finna trade you too.
Don't nobody make deals with the Lakers, man, because they don't want to see us put no more banners in the ceiling. Nobody wants to make deals with us.
Don't nobody want to help out LeBron, bro.
Nobody want to help LeBron. It don't make a difference if it's LeBron. It don't make a difference who's gonna be whoever ever gonna be the front show of the LA Lakers. They ain't gonna never make no deals.
Yeah, I know KD's like, bro, trade him anywhere else. I don't give a damn, but do not do.
Bro, but it's funny. It's funny though, because soon as Kyrie opted in the summer, KD requested a trade. Now Kyrie requesting the trade with KD hurt, and they like, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Kobe, he did it. He did it. So he can't
Kobe
be that mad.
tricked the motherfucking league. Kobe just said, just give me Paul Gasol, and I can turn Ron Artest in the middle of the and Kobe still kept winning titles. Just give me some functional players who know how to eat food out of straw, and I can win titles.
Hey, so DJ, what do you think the trade package is going to be for the Lakers? And if there's many roster spots open, like how do we fill those roster spots?
Well, we still have a roster spot open, right? So, my thing is, I think the Lakers are. I think if Rob Pelinka's what Rob Pelinka's going to do, I think he's going to offer the Russell Westbrook straight up and a 2 first-round picks for Kyrie because we've been hearing this since the summertime. We're not trading those 2 first-round picks unless it's for an all-star caliber player, right? So they're going to try the Westbrook thing first. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always easier to do the 2-team trade. It's a 3-team trade. It gets complicated, right? You know what I mean?
I still think they still have to trade some young players off the Lakers. Like you can give up like a Max.
I'll give up Max Christie, bro. I'll give up Max Christie.
Damian Jones.
So
but 2 first picks.
But I think
and then the Lakers will get Kyrie and they'll get like Joe Harris back.
But would y'all give up Austin Reeves?
Yeah. Lonnie Walker.
Yeah, if you got no choice, yeah.
It's got to be a package.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like if the Lakers are going to give up something, if the Brooklyn's going to probably say no to just Russell Westbrook, that's it. They're probably going to say no. So, which means you got to give up something else that they want. They want young players, or if you got to get a third team involved, like the Utah Jazz or the Spurs, man. You know what I'm saying? So
and Westbrook goes somewhere else. Yep.
Exactly.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they would want Reeves just for the fact that I don't think they want to have to re-sign him this summer. So it's
Yep.
different if he had another year left on his deal, and because he's gonna have a cap hold for them. So I don't think Reeves is going anywhere as far as that goes. But someone like Lonnie Walker or someone that can maybe help them this year, that's a free agent. So I think their goal is to get the picks, clear the books, and either try to sign people immediately or get people who expire at the end of this year. But I don't think they're looking at anyone's going to take up cap holds next year, especially last summer.
If you notice how Rob Pelinka has run the show, that's how he's always run the show. 1 deal here, 2 deals here. That's how he run the show. He don't keep you for long, so he can keep his options open.
All I know is we finna see how good Rob Pelinka really is.
We know
this is really on Kyrie though. Like Kyrie, he could say, "Hey, yo, Cleveland, yo, if y'all want me, I'll resign with y'all." And like he could do a lot of things or whatever team he wants to, and he goes there. You know what I mean? And they got young pieces.
But they got to be willing to take.
It's just not Rob. Rob has to run his ideas across.
But it don't even matter, bro. The Lakers can only do so many things, bro. Like they can only do so many things. They don't have a lot of options on Kyrie. If he says, "I'm gonna resign with y'all," and y'all should get off your assets, then they're gonna do that. Like a team that's on the border of contention, they're gonna do that, man. So
if Kurt Rambis and his wife says that they sit next to Jeannie, Rob don't sit at that desk. Kurt Rambis and his wife do.
Bro. I think it's a lot of GMs that's scared of Kyrie. I think there's a lot of them that's scared of what he do out off the court.
Yeah, but I mean, he stomped on the Celtics center court, and Danny Ainge basically retired because and went to Utah because no Boston Celtic reacted to that. You know what I mean? So it's like he drives people nuts. But I mean, Rich Paul is not his agent. Rich Paul is not his agent, but he's already out there threatening teams that he won't be signed. I guarantee you.
Yes,
I guarantee you, because that boy is nasty like that.
That's how they run the league. That's how
he's already doing it. So that's why when Woj dropped that tweet, and that's why I said it earlier. As soon as they said no team is calling on Kyrie, they're calling on KD. So the Lakers are just sitting there. And Rob, and to Africa's point, Rob's already done his work. He just got to wait. He's already done his every chip that he has. Hold on. All the chips that he has been pushed to the middle of the table. He's just in standby mode now. Now it's on Brooklyn to blink. So it's like Kyrie, like I've said, if Kyrie just nudges him, like, look, I just tapped y'all. You want me to get louder? You know what I mean? And then it's like that's what he's got to do. That's right. The Lakers have done everything that they could do already.
But what it's
Kyrie has already done his due diligence.
Bro, what it's going to come down to is if the Nets being stubborn or not, bro. That's really what it's going to come down to.
I think when we say that Kyrie Irving
the Nets have no leverage. The Nets have no leverage, and the Lakers maybe the only team that Kyrie.
Yeah, but do you want to go through a stubborn Kyrie like you did last year?
That's what I'm saying. And then for the rest of the season, bro, if somebody just requested a trade from your team before the trade deadline, do you really want to finish the season with them? Do you really think y'all have a chance to win?
Bro. The Lakers.
Put yourself in the Nets.
And they just won like 12 games in a row or some crazy shit.
So hold on. So put yourself in the Nets position here, right? So if you go to Kyrie and like, look, I'm not trading you. They know Kyrie still has to play for a contract for next year. Mm-hmm. So if they're gonna go back, look, we're not trading you. So hold on. Kyrie's not gonna say that in a contract year, bro. So what I'm saying is like Kyrie has to be on his. So the Nets don't have a ton of leverage, but they're still an NBA franchise. There's some smart people in that building, right? So they're not just gonna. Hold on. They're just not gonna lay down. Is what I'm saying. They're not gonna be like, okay, he demanded it. Let's move because. And let me just finish this point real quick. They're not gonna do that because they don't want to get bulldozed by KD next. They've got to show some sign of strength here. You know what I mean? They've got to look like they know. Hold on, they got to look like they know what they're doing
in the summer. They already showed strength in the summertime. So they already wasn't going
but
to
it's back up. But it's back up again.
Time limit. They don't have time to try to show how strong, how tough they are. Oh, we're not going. Bro, they have 6 days. They got to make something happen.
Well, you know, like
6 days is a lifetime.
My toe hurt or my back hurt or my foot hurt, and they can just sit on the bench.
Exactly. And bro, he could play 70%. What if he not going all in like he was, bro?
Well, you know
what I'm saying. Like, do you want to deal with that?
Bro, he got to
he has to play. Thank you. And second,
he can play.
And second,
what if he's not playing good? What if he plays?
No. Contract year, bro. He's gonna go out there and try to kill it. The second thing is if you see Brooklyn start to sit him, then you know, okay, then there's something is happening quick because they don't. If they're agreeing to the fact to trade him, they definitely don't want him to get hurt. You know what I mean? So that'll be the next. But like I said, I don't believe in a million years that Kyrie will go out there and not ball his ass out because he's
Hell
playing
no.
for a contract and he's already got bad narratives around him. He don't want to take that route where he quit on
A
his team.
contract year, we get Kyrie. A
But I think he's still
contract
gonna get a
year.
contract. I think he's gonna get a contract, bro. Like
He will
teams will
go
obviously know he's
ballistic.
not playing that hard.
Okay,
Like
let me
I'm
ask you a
saying,
question.
like if he just
Let me
stopped after the trade,
let me ask
if
you a
he just
question.
stopped.
Let me ask you a question.
Nah, man.
Let me ask you a
That's
question.
ridiculous, bro. That's
What
ridiculous.
team in the league outside of the Lakers you think would give Kyrie a max? Even if it's just for 1 or 2 years.
I'm talking about the Lakers. Yeah, I'm just talking
Yeah.
about.
So that's what I'm saying. So
I would say there's a lot. Hey, honestly, I don't believe this Kyrie doesn't have value in the league narrative, bro. Because at the end of the day, teams want to win. Teams know that there's a premium on guys like Kyrie, championship level players that
Exactly.
can win. So they're
I'm
gonna
not
pay
saying
this
give value.
nigga.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna pay him whatever he wants. It might not be a 5-year max or a 4-year max, but they're gonna pay him a max to just get a chance at a title. A team like, are you telling me a team like Portland, for example, a team like Sacramento, for example, even if the pieces don't work, or teams on the verge of winning, a team like Miami, for example, even a team like Cleveland with young pieces and not many high value guys, like in terms of money that they're paying.
That's too
A
many
team
bars
like
in
a
Cleveland.
team like Milwaukee that can get off Drew Holiday and get a Kyrie Irving. Like I think there's a lot of teams that will
Milwaukee would be
still roll the
good.
dice. That will still roll the dice
Milwaukee can't
on a
do
guy
it.
like
Milwaukee
Well,
would be good
Kyrie
with,
Irving, man.
but
Milwaukee can definitely do it. They could. I'm not saying they would, but they could.
yeah,
I kind of
Milwaukee
feel.
would
I
actually
kind of.
be a good fit. I think that'd actually be a good. That'd be a good fit for him, honestly. Like if he
I
went to
kind of
Milwaukee,
feel. I kind of feel like the Clippers would do it. Honestly, bro. I feel like because
Clippers.
bro, the Clippers
That's what I'm
always
saying,
take in
DJ. I'm
and
more
take.
worried
Bro, they
about
always
when
take people we
West is
trying to get,
going
bro.
across the hall.
That's
I
what I'm
think they're
saying.
just trying to
Always
drive.
swoop in and try to get people that the Lakers trying to get.
I think they're just trying to raise the price up. I don't think they're actively trying to get Kyrie. I think they're going to wait to see if KD becomes available. That's just
Bro, we
Let's
have a
not
better
take for
package deal. We
granted.
have a better
Let's
package deal
not
than them.
take for granted Lakers for 5 who drafted Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jerry West.
Right,
Yeah.
the Clippers.
When
I
did
mean, the
nobody
Clippers.
believe in the boy when he was watching him in high school? That's who drafted him, and that's who we got across the hall, and that's who we got to worry about.
Yeah.
No, to be fair, plenty of
Yeah,
teams
they gotta
believed in
get
him.
him.
He just forced his way to LA. Like there were teams that were going to draft Kobe. So there
Charlotte
were
didn't
people that
have
wanted
to
him.
give up that pick, bro.
I think Philly. I thought. Wait.
He
No,
was
the-
drafted to Charlotte. Charlotte did not have to give up that pick.
Calipari was going to draft him, but they all blitzed him and punked him, and I mean, that's all out there. Like
No,
the Nets,
man, Jerry West finessed they
I
stupid
know, but
asses.
the Nets were going to draft Kobe. Like they announced it at their team dinner. Like they were drafting Kobe. But then the agent and everyone scared them and say he didn't want to play there. And Kobe called Calipari himself and said he
Yeah,
wanted to play
Kobe Daddy told the Nets because of his experiences when he played for the Knicks and that state itself that he didn't want his son playing over there in that state.
No, it was pretty simple. It was Sonny Vaccaro and the shoe deal. Like I'm telling you, what it was, he wanted to be a Laker, and his shoe contract had more value.
And Jeff, at that
what it came
time,
down to.
you have to admit yourself, hey man, I'm 49. At that time, Kobe came into the league at 18 years old, and his parents ran everything that he did. Brandy used to sit in every damn game because that's who he was dating. They were still in high school.
I'm just telling you, Sonny Vaccaro. I'm telling you, look this up. This is an absolute fact. It's been quoted verbally and in print. Sonny Vaccaro had a major role in getting Kobe to LA.
Oh yeah, Sonny used to work around with Tarkanian.
Adidas. Yeah, he was the Adidas frontman.
And Nike. And Nike. Also have affiliation with UNLV.
So like Sonny, I see Sonny. I've been seeing Sonny at AAU tournaments for forever. You know what I mean? That's what he does.
Sonny got stuff that we can't really talk about on DJ's page. Sonny's thing.
Yes. Yeah. But anyways, I wasn't trying to take this down a path of Kobe. My fault.
Nah, you good. I just gotta figure.
No, we wouldn't do that to you anyway, DJ. You can't talk about Sonny's business.
Yeah,
associates.
All right, y'all, man. I'm hop off, man. Catch y'all later, man.
All right, big dog. No, I was just saying about the Clippers, man. All right, homie. The Clippers just, they got a lot of money over there, man. So I'm kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they got a lot of money, but they're still a salary cap. You know what I mean? And they're still, and I don't care how rich you are, there comes a point where you stop where you hate writing those repeater tax checks without winning. You know what I mean? At some point it comes down to and the Clippers desperately need a point guard, but I think the Clippers end up with like a Kyle Lowry or a Mike Conley, something like that. Maybe
I think
even
they're
a
going
Van.
to end up with Van Fleet.
If the Lakers end up with Kyrie, then maybe, but I still think the Lakers have the better package for Van Vliet. So I think that's where the Lakers are kind of like in a position of power. They have those two picks.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind having Van Fleet. He is a functional point guard.
So you're
And
saying
backup plan.
So you're saying that you think that the Clippers, the Lakers can offer a better package for Kyrie than the Clippers if it came down to it?
I think. Well, let me add some context to that. I think they do. If the Nets are thinking about future value, if they're thinking that trading, it depends where the Nets heads are at, which I can't pretend to know.
The
right?
Clippers have better value and better picks.
No, they don't have better picks. So what happens is that the Clippers can only trade one pick until 2029, and so they don't have better picks. So the Lakers
they done spun the farm.
They
traded all their picks for Paul George.
So Palmdale P came over and cost all that. So look, so what happens is so what's going to happen is hold on. So what's going to happen is if the Nets are thinking that this Kyrie trade is going to trigger a KD trade and you're going to blow it up, then you're not thinking about like Luke Kennard or Robert Covington or Powell. You're not thinking of any of that. You're looking at those Laker. Hold on. You're looking at those Laker unprotected picks. Now, also, you got to look at it. Brooklyn is a franchise that has been raped for multiple first-round picks. They're looking probably to get some of those back and kind of turn that narrative around, right? As a team that inherits these picks and deals and doesn't give them away and burns them, right? So I think if you're the Nets and you're thinking like, look, and then Woj already said, teams are already calling about KD. They smell blood in the water. The Sharks are out, right? So they're looking at it like this is it. It's done. It's done. So that they rolled this out. They gave it one more try. It's not going to work. This wasn't going to work from the get-go. Kyrie is going to end up where he ends up, probably LA. KD is going to be traded. I don't think by the trade deadline, but probably in the offseason. And then they'll probably get at least 3 or 4 picks for him, 2 of the Laker picks. They split up these other guys, and they could be sitting there with 6, 7, whatever unprotected first-round picks, and they're on their way. You know what I mean? So that's why I think that the Lakers have more value than the Clippers do. From what that's just if my theory is correct, which I'm just one guy discussing.
Yeah, when you think about it with the assets, that's all that they have left.
But what I'm saying is they've lost picks to Houston, so they have to recoup. They have to recoup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. They got to recoup. So they pretty much spun the farm, but Rob obviously didn't spin the farm.
He's been waiting on this.
Right? This is also the thing. As you were saying, the other theory is the Nets ride with KD, say we're gonna get you pieces, and they're gonna try and get win now pieces, which would be kind of stupid because win now pieces are really not gonna happen. That's why you should have signed Kyrie in the offseason and you fucked up, and so they can't really go back on that. So at the end of the day, even for a team like the Clippers, they can only really get Kyrie if Kyrie asked. Like I'm down to go to the Clippers and I'll resign with y'all as well, because that's LA too. If it's really just about
that's
LA,
true. That's true.
If it's about the Lakers, then it's a different situation. Because I would say they got better win now pieces. Clippers got better win now pieces, and as you said, we got better future potential pieces, and so it's really
how we know that. Government Paul George only play on the first of the month in the 15th.
They're not going to trade Paul George for Kyrie.
No, they're not going to
trade. They would give away like Terrence Mann.
No, what I'm saying,
Norman
you
Powell,
saying they got pieces, but Government George only play on the first of the month and the 15th.
No, well, I mean, what I'm saying, I think Africa is right. So my thing is, but also there's also the layer to that too, right? What if they make that win now mode and KD's still not happy, and then you can't split those guys up for better assets that you could have got now? So that's why I think the Laker deal is the deal if they move him. Like So
I don't think Kyrie wants to come over there and play with Kawhi Leonard, somebody who sits out half the season. I don't think Kyrie wants to deal with that.
One more layer here. One more layer here is Kyrie's trying to get back in the shoe game, and the Laker branding is much stronger than the Clipper branding when it comes to that part of it too.
Okay, and one more thing too. Look, what we're not considering too is the trade deadline has not ended yet. Yeah, end of year, and no
No,
one's really made big
after
moves. So teams
All-Star break.
right now could still give away role players for picks right now and stack that shit up real quick to trade. I don't know. Can you trade a role player for a pick right now and then flip that pick for another player in a short period of time?
Well, that's what I told everybody,
yes,
Young
you can,
Africa.
you
I
can.
said that
Right?
Rob Pelinka's
No,
next
you
move
can,
is
you can, you
actually to
can, you
get
can.
rid of Patrick Beverly.
So that's another
So,
element, right?
so,
where
so you
teams can set
remember,
themselves up for Kyrie as well.
so like
if they do want that.
you remember like when the perfect example of that is when or a team could trade for Kyrie and then retrade him to the Lakers. So look, so think about like when Rasheed Wallace got traded from Portland to Atlanta and then rerouted to Detroit in
To
2004.
Detroit, yeah.
Yeah. So that trade can happen as well. So if if there's any type of situation or what or the Knicks are like, look, I want these 2 picks, but I kind of want this because DJ's right. Damn, there's so many avenues here. But that
people
third team,
woke up,
hold on, real
woke
quick.
up in Detroit like, what the fuck is going
Hold
on?
on.
How did we
Yeah.
get Rasheed Wallace?
But hold on real quick. So 3 and 4 team trades are, to DJ's point, are very difficult, but not if they've been discussed for 6 months. You know what I mean? So like I said, I think Charlotte, San Antonio, and Utah have been in third team standby mode for us for a long time. So I think a lot of these ones, I think a third team is much easier in this situation because they discussed these deals in the summer already. So and throughout the year. And I think that's why I think those leaks for those trades have stayed relevant. And now we might know why. It's because they've been positioned for this deal.
And that's why they put the leaks out in the first place to fuck the damn deals up.
That's why I asked that question earlier when I was like, do you think like all this stuff was talked about and kind of like went down in the summertime, and that's why Rob Pelinka been holding on to these 2 first-round picks because he kind of had a feeling that Kyrie gave him the insight a long time ago.
Just telling you, if you just look at Rob,
say that that's what he did because that's exactly what he did.
Well, if you just looked at Rob Pelinka and Sean Marks at Summer League, those 2 dudes look like they just like bought property together. They look so happy together. You know what I mean? Like they were just like they're each other's fallback plan. You know what I mean? You know, like you date somebody like if this don't work out, I got shorty over here. Whatever. That's exactly what like they were doing. They're like, we're gonna ride this out. You cool if this don't work with you? You cool if this don't work with you? Like that's always that dialogue has always been there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jeff, you know what I'm saying, my brother? I give you a lot of kudos, my man, because I was sitting here listening to DJ's chat, and I like to process good information. And the one thing that you had said, I believe it was like a week ago, you was like, Rob Pelinka got connections from Michigan to such and such and such and such, and I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And you was like, he's sitting on those things.
He is. A lot of people don't realize. I appreciate that. A lot of people don't realize how many people that used to work with Pelinka are now in NBA.
A lot of people have worked with Rob.
A lot of people
he used to be a sports agent.
Yeah. So and his boss, like a lot of people don't know this either. His former boss runs the Pistons. You know what I mean? Ron Tellem runs the Pistons.
A lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, Rob's boss,
guy in Washington,
is our Detroit Pistons owner after the goofy Orlando Magic coach that we made the manager.
The guy in Washington who came from Denver was like one of his was like his best friends at all these combines. Like I'm telling you, like Rob has a lot of relationships. That narrative out there is false. Like
that just show you how stupid we are in Detroit. We had Joe Dumars, even though he made the most stupidest decision in NBA history, he drafted Darko Milicic over Carmelo Anthony. Dumbest decision ever made in NBA history. And everybody want to talk about Kwame Brown.
Could there be an element to that? Because Sean Marks is like he ain't gonna get re-signed by the Nets, and so on the low he'd be like, yo, I Rob Pelinka throw in, hey man, you about to get fired, or you ain't.
You right, young guy. I said they're gonna fire
I
his
got a
ass
spot
after
for you
this
in my
year.
front office right here, my guy. Just come through with this trade, and I got you, my guy.
Yeah. But this is very true. But however, let me tell you one thing, and you've seen this before. You could tell how a trade goes down, how a GM feels about his job security. Because if Sean Marks makes a trade, hold on. So if Sean Marks makes a trade for future assets, that means he thinks he's going to be there. You know what I mean? So he's operating in the best. He's operating in the best direction of the franchise. So you look at these dudes who make these stupid trades just for like a 1-2 year fix. That's the dude who doesn't think he's going to be there later. He's leaving a mess for the next man to clean up.
Yeah, he just
But when
wants
you
to
see,
win ASAP.
yeah, to save his job. So when you
Yeah.
see a dude make a trade for picks for 2027 and 2029, that means that man is in a line with his owner, and they've got a plan for the
Absolutely,
future.
Jeff. People do not understand business.
What we talking about here?
Talking about the
It's
Kyrie
good to
Irving
be
trade,
a
bro.
fan and
Talking
watch
about-
watch the sports product that goes across the court. But sometimes you got to put yourself in an ownership or a GM position of what you need to do to put banners in the ceiling.
Yes, sir. Hey, yo, Cuba, am I clear, Cuba? Am I clear, Cuba?
Am I clear?
I hear you, Jeff. You're clear. You're
Kyrie's
clear.
trade demand, man. We're talking about Kyrie's trade demand.
Yeah, what you got on this Mamba mentality? What you got on this, man? Speak on it.
Hey, hopefully we do the fucking right thing and get the deal done. That's all I'm at.
I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. I'll be back.
Am I clear? Am I clear?
Am I clear? You are very clear, my brother.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Dom K. You gonna have to come up on the panel, bro, or something, because I haven't seen nothing.
Michael Jordan
about no breaking news. You joking around or what, bro? What's happening
with Michael Jordan and Kyrie? MJ coming out of retirement and shit. Yeah, like, hey LeBron, you ain't win no more title. I'm about to get 7, nigga.
For real,
you ain't catching up to me, nigga. I'm coming to the Lakers out of retirement.
Dom K, man, Dom K, come up on the panel, bro. Where you been at, man?
Hey,
let's get it. Let's go. Hit them subs.
I don't want to get too hyped, but yo, man, it's looking nice, man. It's looking nice, man. Hey, yeah, I'm about to buy me a Kyrie jersey if this shit go down, man.
Oh,
it's kind of shocking.
Oh, okay, Dom K.
It's kind of shocking to me that off season when we was talking about this and how he didn't want to be there, but he decided to opt in. I'm like, okay, maybe we were to off season to get him, and then seeing like how I know we got off to a slow start in the beginning and shit, which was kind of crazy, but somehow I wouldn't say we where we want to be, but there's some good. The Rui Hachimura trade was pretty good.
Was a great trade.
That Roy.
Yeah, Ryu.
Yeah. Hachimura is a great trade, man. I've been watching that young man play since Stanford. That's a great trade because he considers defense first. He doesn't care about his offense. And that's what we need on the Lakers. We need cats who consider the fact that going up in that top of that arena with those banners that's been going across there since the fucking 50s. Excuse me, DJ. That is a privilege, not a contract.
True.
And Kyrie, we've seen a lot of games, DJ, this season where the Lakers have been in games but have not been able to close out games. And Kyrie Irving leading the league in fourth quarter scoring this season, he will end a lot of games for us. He will be that missing piece to close games. Not have a guy like a Westbrook that makes bad decisions in the clutch, and so we gonna be.
I agree that the young man has suffered enough. He deserves to be in LA. I believe that if you put Kyrie in LA, that's 2 banners automatic on top of the ceiling, bro. And with him talking to Magic every day, that'll put Magic in the building every day.
Well, what you got? Breaking news, DJ? What's that?
I got 3 minutes ago. 3
Oh,
minutes
shit.
ago on Twitter, LeBron James just put looking eyes and a king emoji.
Don't James.
We know where that's going.
Hey,
He put
is that
the
tampering?
LeBron don't be
bro.
posting nothing, man. It ain't true, bro.
I think
If
that
LeBron is posting that shit right now, then that means Kyrie is coming to LA.
Hey man,
He put the surprised-looking eyes and the king emoji.
I think that falls short of tampering, though, DJ. You know what I mean?
I know, right?
Yeah, that falls a little short. But hey, after this trade, they can't take no picks, anyways, man. So good, nigga. We got them, nigga. We got them, nigga. We got them. We can take our 2033 pick, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I think it's time for the Lakers to jump in front of the goddamn head of the pack and make everybody else have to sit on their heels and go pick up everybody else that they need to pick up.
Hey man, shout out to GOAT James.
For the last 4 years, we've been doing that. Everybody been sucking off everybody that we wanted.
Man.
We get that,
including the people across the damn hall who will not get out of our arena, who has one of the richest billionaires in the country. Go get your own team.
If it's a done deal, I already know what it's going to lead to. It's going to lead to LeBron staying in LA long term and AD staying together.
As long as we get Bronny over here, LeBron gonna end his career here.
Hey, and this extends LeBron's career too. Kyrie Irving takes a lot of load on the offense. It actually helps AD too. The pressure off him, he will stay more healthy, I hope, because Kyrie can be the first, the number one or number two scorer on the team, and one of LeBron or AD becomes the number three. If I was LeBron, I'm averaging like 25 points, 23 points. 10, 11 assists, and I'm cooking, man. Chilling until I'm 40 years old, man. Like, it's going to be nice, bro. It's gonna be
Young Africa, it has to be like legacy to you. If I come over here to LA and I got Magic Johnson sitting over there, because Magic will come back to the arena, who is pushing me every day? Are you kidding me? The best small forward to ever play for the Lakers. Not the best Laker.
Hey, we were saying this, DJ. Somehow we could pull this shit out because the West is wide open. This is the perfect season for this shit to go down, bro. Like, honestly, we could easily make a final.
How is it perfect? John and them talked about that they didn't have to worry about nobody in the West, but ever since then, you're below 500 on your team, and your players are hitting people in the balls, just like they always do.
Ever since that start, they went on a goddamn losing streak.
That's right. When you run your mouth and you put yourself in the spotlight, then guess what, homie? This is basketball. This is professional sports. You got to win the game. Not your mouth. Not your mouth. Not your little young mouth, because you're 20 years old and you think LeBron is 38. He's still coming out there cooking. Half of the league that is young boys. You should be ashamed of yourself that you don't have the same work ethic.
Then on top of it, Kyrie, and they start winning games constantly. Watch LeBron win MVP.
See, in the military, we force you to have that work ethic. But in the NBA and professional sports, they don't. You know, there's no lives at stake. In the military, they force the fat boy to become a killer.
Yeah, I see you, Sergeant.
Damn. Hey, the Laker Nation also retweeted LeBron James' little post right there too.
Hey,
man, LeBron, bro, he hear it, bro. He knows what's going on, man.
Hey, man. Oh man, I trust in Clutch Sports to pull the strings behind the scenes to get this shit to go down. And hey, man, hey, the way Kyrie did this is a master. Hey, shout out to Kyrie, man, standing on his shit, not letting the system dictate who he will be as a man. No stipulations on my contract. I deserve all I can get. And at the end of the day, making a chess move and understanding that he has the leverage. He is a great player in the league, and pulling this shit 5 days away from the trade deadline, DJ. This is masterful,
right?
DJ. Masterful,
right?
Masterful.
DJ, it's not I mean, it's mastery, but it's not really mastery. See, what you have to realize is in business, in the NBA, they have a fiscal year where the new year changes, and then the contracts and all of their negotiations change. Kyrie is smart enough, like I told y'all, since I've been on here, that people really don't make their deals to before the All-Star game and after the All-Star game before the deadline ends. So he sat there and he waited for his shark time to bite.
Yep.
It was brilliant because he did it to him last year and they thought that they could figure out how he was going to do it to him this year, and he just bit him like Jaws again.
Facts, man.
That boy may say things that get outside himself, like most black people do. Like, you know, black people, we always say, I'll kill you, you know. We ain't gonna really kill nobody. Like Bernie Mac said, you know, we don't really want to kill nobody, but you know, we'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie say things, and when you got a camera and you got Republicans and everybody else pushing stuff in front of a television every day, then it turns your image up. And the NBA are backed by these individuals and these companies. And until you can clean your image up, then you can't go to certain companies. Kyrie deserves to be in LA now.
Yeah, for real. For real. Kool-Aid Johnson, man, what's happening with you, my brother? What's going on, man?
It's about to get spooky.
You know what I'm saying? It's about to get spooky up in here, man. Hey, speak on it, bro. What's happening with you? Talk to me, man.
What's going on, man? Salute to the brothers, man. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
salute, Kool-Aid. I can hear you.
All right, yes, sir. All right, you know what I mean? First thing first, you know what I'm saying? Simplify till I die, middle finger to the sky.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? To all my brothers out there, you know what I'm saying? Saying appreciate, you know what I'm saying? Kool-Aid Johnson in the building, the Black Hokage. I already know how I get down, my nigga. All right, first off,
we kill you all.
Listen, man. I mean, look, I think the whole thing with Kyrie, I think that, you know, because he sat down before with the Nets organization to talk about the extension that he wanted. So this is what it's really all about. But the thing is, it's the timing that Kyrie did. He put everybody on notice. I do believe that Kyrie is trying to use whatever leverage that he has, because he does have leverage. But at the same time, I really do believe that he wants to lead the Brooklyn Nets, because I think that he understands that the Brooklyn Nets ain't you know, they don't really want to win. I mean, because if your leaders, if your leader in the head is not right, I mean, then the whole body's not right. You feel what I'm saying? So he probably see what's going on the Nets. He's like, you know what? You know what I'm saying? I'm a balance. And I believe that KD is cool with this too. I don't think KD's surprised. I think KD and Kyrie probably talk behind the scenes, and you know, KD probably gonna make moves too. So, you know,
yeah,
I mean, that's
KD
what
gonna get up, bro.
For real. That nigga leaving, man.
I think KD is going to leave the Nets, and before anybody on DJ show can say it, I think he's going to leave the Nets, and he's going to go over to Philadelphia, and they're going to form East Coast Golden State with him, Embiid, and Harden.
I had that picture too. Damn, I got rid of it.
That's interesting. I could see that.
Because that's the only way that you can beat Giannis. Because Giannis plays so hard. See, the difference between Giannis is not just his skill. It's the way that he plays the game. Every possession, it's like, I'm going to die for it. I love players like that. Who ain't about the bag. It's about putting banners up here for these fans that come in here and root for me every damn day.
Facts.
And that's what the Lakers franchise is about.
Facts.
Not just winning championships, but putting Hall of Famers up there in the ceiling. You have to earn it.
Facts.
Yeah, and I can see LeBron just elevating his play even higher, if you can imagine that in year 20 when Kyrie walks through the building, because he will know now he got a legit chance at catching Jordan, bro, and just redefining his legacy with a championship this season at 5. He will go hard next season as well. And then AD, understanding the championship is imminent if he plays up to his level and plays like he was playing, like, Anthony Chamberlain early in the season. We're looking good, man. Hey, at the end of the day, those 3 guys on the screen right now, that is the best trio in the NBA, hands
It
down.
wasn't that's right. It wasn't just LeBron that uplifted those players over there in Cleveland, because when he got back to Cleveland, he got rid of every first round draft pick that they had.
Yeah, like he should, man. And they still couldn't build around him. He had to call Kevin Love.
He uplifted a lot of those players too, man. Uncle Drew is a bad motherfucker.
And if you realize, after the game against the Brooklyn Nets that we lost, right? Kyrie Irving came out after the game, in a game that LeBron didn't even play, and he said, hey, we got to appreciate LeBron. He gave LeBron his props. He gave LeBron his flowers, showing that no hard feelings about the LeBron not backing him early in the season when he had the anti-Semitic issues, having no problem with LeBron James, even last season or season before, talking about not realizing how good he had it with LeBron, not realizing his immaturity was in the way of greatness.
That's
and
right.
winning more titles with LeBron.
That's right. And we don't, and none of us agree with that. Kyrie shouldn't even had to put himself in those standards.
Kyrie Irving, at the end of the day, knows the greatness of LeBron James, and also knows that LeBron ain't gonna play no more than 3-4 more seasons at best, man. And at the end of the day, if that's the case, Kyrie knows he can be the figurehead of this franchise.
Man, I don't know, man. LeBron James is turning into
for the
fucking
future. So
Tom Brady
this
or
trade
something.
isn't just for the now, DJ. This trade is also for the future. You can actually see a bright future for the Lakers, and that's why trading them picks should be no worries, DJ.
I will give LeBron this. As a Laker fan, there will never ever be nobody greater than Magic to me. Okay.
Right.
Now Kareem has the record as the all-time scoring champ for everything that he did, and the reason why they didn't like Cap is because he wasn't very friendly with with media. Cap would cut you out.
Kyle Kuzma hating ass, man.
Okay, and that's just how it was. I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah.
Now, it's easy for you to look at it in the way that you look at it now and have a different perspective. But we talking about in the 70s and the 80s and the when they had to, the NBA had to force the Boston Celtics to change their court because they used to have humps on the parquet floor that they would dribble you to with their traps, and knew that if guards would dribble on that damn hump, the ball would go out of bounds. They would pump the damn heat up on you during halftime and burn you up at halftime. These was the things that they did. Okay, so when we want to talk about Laker franchise, then you need to have cats like me who was born in 74 and been watching the Lakers play for 40 years. Y'all don't know about cats like Jamal Wilson and Bob McAdoo and them types. These cats put fucking championships in the ceiling. And if you don't know about Jamal Wilkes, bro, you need to do your research. It wasn't nowhere that Silky ever went that he didn't win a championship, even from college.
Yeah. Hey, you see Dom K's comment right there where he said what Kyle Kuzma put.
Tampa, Kyle Kuzma hating that.
Tampa.
Hold on.
Hey, why is he so mad that he left LA and now that I love his girlfriend. She's a very beautiful alopecia woman. Because she has alopecia on her body, but she's very beautiful. And I don't talk about black women at no time in my life as a military man. I love all black women. You all princesses and queens to me. I don't give a shit if you got stains all over your body. But you want to sit up here, talk about bullshit ass dumb shit that he's made ignorant comments, and then walk around with dresses like what's the rapper Young Thug? Juicy Thug, Booty Thug, whatever his name is. Because, you know, as Texas would say if he was on here, I'm old. You know, I'm from 74, so I'm old. So I don't know when a juicy booty, ignorant motherfucker want to pump stupid shit to ignorant black people.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's the name? Also tweeted what's the name? Also tweeted on LeBron James's tweet. Dave McMenamin.
Yes.
He also said he put I wonder what this could be referring to.
Man, this would be absolutely incredible right here, DJ.
Hold on, DJ. Listen, bro. Listen. At the end of the day, it's very simple. What people have to understand is this, all right? We understand the off-the-court stuff with Kyrie, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about pure basketball at the highest, let's say, mother-level level, bro. You don't understand, bro. If you put Kyrie next to LeBron, that's instant chemistry. All they have to do is to adapt to the system. I mean, on this Lakers team right here, that's all they have to do, bro. You don't have to see. You can win games with Kyrie and LeBron. So my thing is, if I were the Lakers, I would do that, and if I had the opportunity, you know what I'm saying. But I don't know what the Lakers are going to trade for. I don't know, we don't even know if the Lakers going to even do that. We don't even know that.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, bro,
we're gonna do it.
If it comes out, bro, in about 4 days, that the Lakers did not want to trade those 2 first-round picks for this, I'm gonna throw. I'm just done with the Lake. There will be no more Lakers in 5, bro. I'm just
draft 3, nigga.
DJ, this is like how you started your podcast. Kyrie has already told people that he wanted to come to LA. He already tried to come here before, earlier in the season, and now he's forcing it, just like Anthony Davis did. Send me to LA, or I'm gonna make your life a living hell. I'm gonna tell you that my toe hurt. I'm gonna tell you that I got diarrhea, and I ain't gonna play.
Bubble guts.
Telling you, bro.
Bubble guts don't let you run up and down the court. I got bubble guts, homie. I can't play today. I can just sit here in my pretty socks and shit, this $200 and shit, and then just look at you and clap my hands. I can't play today. I got bubble guts. And I can do that for 42 games within the contract of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you want me to do that again like I did it to you last year? Because I'll do it to you again. But see, I'm in a better position than I was last year because we just won 12 games in a row. Didn't you just say that, DJ?
How many?
The Nets was on a win game streak, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, before KD went down.
Now, like you said, now the ball's in my court. See, now I'm like John McEnroe, and I like to cuss at the damn people that's sitting up here who don't call the ball on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to keep and Kyrie came there. You don't want to keep playing that game. Do you want to keep playing the Brett Favre game? Do you want to keep playing the Aaron Rodgers game? Or do you just want to let the player go where they want to go? Like my stepfather used to say, college players should be able to go wherever they want to go out of the damn draft. And that's how you get a parity in the NBA and all professional sports. Just let the players go where they want to go.
Yeah, it's a business. That ain't gonna happen. But at the end of the day, when we talk about the league, the Nets not re-signing Kyrie Irving just to have leverage on any trade situation. They knew it was a volatile situation. I think the league's gonna take notice of this, and they're gonna give players, even if the contract is not probably worth it in their eyes, they gotta sign guys that are valuable just so you can get something in return. They messed up badly, monumentally not re-signing him, because now they cannot get a young piece, they cannot get future pieces and draft picks like a team just got for Rudy Gobert.
But see, now you talking about basketball. You talking about business, not basketball.
Hold up, but Utah just traded Rudy Gobert, right? And Donovan Mitchell.
Stupidest trade in history, bro.
And Donovan Mitchell as well. And they got better off the trades understanding that they traded him at the right time before they ended their contracts and before they were free agents, and they got better with Larry Markkinen and the pieces they got back for those pieces, man, with the draft picks. And so teams are going to take notice and not mess up by not resigning him, man. And
okay, so you want to tell me because you're a retard and you eat spinach and you think it's a ribeye steak, and you go to the corner and you get a hooker and you tell her to give you a BJ, but you get a foot job, that it's my fault. That's the ignorance of individuals who run the companies.
Whoa. I didn't catch that analogy, low key. I didn't catch that. Damn.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't understand that a person can go pick a hooker up on the street and say, "I want a blowjob," but he get a foot job because he's an ignorant individual who has no common sense.
All right, yeah, we ain't gonna go there, but
no, he wanted to be specified with it, so I'm gonna specify with you. That's what happens when you don't chew solid food for a living and you're a grown man or woman.
That's true. Listen. That's true. But at the same time, OG niggas is not trying to go. Niggas is not trying to get shadow banned. I mean, in the shadow realms and shit. You know what I'm saying?
My bad, man. Sometimes I have to forget that I have to sit with civilians sometimes.
They're gonna, if the Nets roll the dice on, we're gonna let Kyrie walk, and we're just gonna try and get a championship run, and we trade KD in the offseason and let Kyrie walk. Damn,
I don't think that there would be any problems if we sign Kyrie. I think that could be a possible 2 to 3 banners in the ceiling, and then after the third banner, which would be the 4th year, then you have, I mean, who cares after that, right?
Wait.
4 years in it. We talking. I don't think if they can get Kyrie with Dennis Schroeder coming off the bench and the wing players that we have, oh man, we cooking with grease.
Wait. Young Africa. Let me ask you a question, my brother. So, because I think a lot of people are not making this dichotomy and the correlation between these two things, because I think that Kyrie Irving didn't do nothing different that James Harden did. James Harden wanted to get an extension as well. I mean, and saw the BS that was going on with the Nets franchise, and you know, I mean, they wasn't on shit. So Kyrie did the same thing that James Harden did. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like you're not gonna expect me to come over here and after I told you from the get-go to give me an extension, but the Nets already made it clear that they didn't want to get the extension in the first place. So you know what I mean? I think it is what it is.
I hear you, bro, but when they offered him an extension in the offseason, they didn't offer him the whole 5 years supermax that he could have got, right? So it's kind of
absolutely right.
So he turns it down, right? He turns it down. But then at the end of the day, they come back to the table and he says, "Hey, I'm willing to stay if y'all do me right?" And so they go to the table and then they give him a 4-year max, the same shit, but they put stipulations on it this time. And he says, "Hell nah, who you think I am, bro? I'm a man that stands on my values, stands on my belief, and you will not control me in any way." And so what they should have done is just giving him his money in the off season. And if it's a volatile situation and you don't like what's going down and they're not winning, then you flip him during the regular season anytime you want before the trade deadline, or the next off season, or the one after that, because you signed him to a max, man. So I don't know. This situation is a type of shit that gets GMs fired, bro.
Yes, it definitely does. It definitely does, bro.
Damn, bro.
Definitely does.
Oh shit, bro. That's crazy.
And bro,
you had Kyrie, James Harden, and KD at one point, and you didn't do nothing out here. That's crazy, bro. Your ass,
bro.
And that comes with the job.
Mm-hmm. And the Nets look even stupider if this situation happens, and if Kyrie would have somewhat magically come to LA, bro, and win the ring, whether this year or the following year, where the case may be, and the Nets gonna look even stupider for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because you endorse all that drama, all that back and forth and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But didn't he say he wanted to come to LA before the season started?
That's true.
Elder, if you say that,
so did you not know as a franchise owner that you was gonna get pulled in this hole to begin with when it popped up?
Hey, at the end of the
So
day,
you
Oda,
didn't
I don't
play
think
your
it's about the
chessboard right.
trade
It's not
package.
my fault that you want to play checkers when I'm playing chess.
Right.
I don't
I
think
feel
it's
you.
about the Lakers trade package being attractive. I think if they want to rebuild, the Nets want to rebuild, then they got to take picks for the future. They're not going to get no win now pieces for Kyrie when he's in a contract year. So they got to get draft picks and they got to rebuild for the future because they know that KD is also walking probably or is going to ask for a trade in the offseason. And so I would say if Kyrie really wants to come to the Lakers, he can finesse the league and say, I'm not re-signing. I don't want to
Told
come to
them
y'all.
that at the
And that kind
beginning
of
of the
ties up the Nets.
season.
All the Nets can do is say, hey, we're going to just let you play and you got to play out your contract and you can walk. And at the end of the day, if that happens, well, then, Kyrie can come through in the offseason, man. I ain't mad.
Okay, well then quit trying to make deals on me if you're going to tell me. Before I can walk, you can still make deals on me. So don't tell me I can walk when you can still try to trade me as a slave, motherfucker. It don't work
Elder,
that way.
at the end of the day, Elder.
So I'm finna get out of here now. I just did the same thing to y'all last year. How many times do you got to be caught up in the trap?
Hey, Elder, at the end of the day,
I'm just
isn't the
asking you.
leverage with Kyrie?
I'm asking you. I'm asking you. You know what I'm saying? How many times do you have to get the banana put in your tailpipe? I'm asking you, man. I mean, he did it to him last year. He told you where he wanted to go. He is following the same model that Anthony Davis did to get here. Is this the game y'all want to play? Okay, let's play this game. My agent already told me what teams ain't gonna negotiate with you, so I already know that my path is still at this direction. Otherwise, he wouldn't be making statements, man. Cash don't make statements to come to LA. They go to LA.
Hey, look.
That's all I'm saying, man. You know, I
Hey,
mean,
look.
you can negotiate the books and this and that, but Kyrie Irving is an individual who has a lawyer who is not a sports agent. Kyrie Irving's lawyer is not a sports agent. He's a lawyer. He don't know nothing about sports. So you can play that game. This man wants to be a political person. He wants to make money. He see LeBron as a billionaire. He wants to come to LA, and he is not going to let nobody stop him from doing that. And as you said earlier, even any team that facilitates that, so they won't even facilitate that knowing that I'm not going to be able to re-sign them.
Yeah, DJ, I'm back, man. Who's on the panel right now?
It's just 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
Where the Texas? I mean, where the old boy gone? I mean, it is what it is, man. Kyrie is a businessman. He's trying to make money now. And he's trying to catch Isaiah and Allen Iverson's record as the best little man in the game.
Yeah, most definitely.
He can't catch LeBron and Kobe and Jordan and them records, but Kyrie to me ain't even caught Zeke's record. If people ain't never watched Isaiah Thomas play basketball, then I'm sorry that you weren't born fast enough. Zeke was a monster, and I'm not a Piston fan, and I'm from Detroit. But Zeke was an absolute monster.
Yeah. Hey, Antonio, I don't see a buyout for Kyrie. That's just me, bro.
That wouldn't make any sense for Brooklyn's standpoint, like at all. I mean, none. If they want to just save money, they trade him. So
Yeah,
That
yeah,
doesn't
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
that doesn't make sense at all. But Elder brings up a good point, and we touched on it earlier about the Nets being concerned about their picks going to H Town, right? And that's a real thought. But if the Nets want to compete for the next coming years, right? If the Nets know they're going to be that KD's next and he's out of there, then you can't really worry about those picks and double down on a bad trade continuously, right? You got to try to fix those, and the best way to free your mind about worrying about the picks you gave away is to get better picks and get other picks, right? And who's to say they can't flip those picks for something else later? You know what I mean? But Popovich is on record. Danny Ainge is on record. Multiple execs are on records as saying that that 27 and that 29, those 29 picks are one of the most valuable assets in basketball. So if the Nets get that and maybe they don't want it right now, they can always flip those for something else later as well. So I just think they got to do, like I said, a GM. You could tell the difference between a GM who's operating to save his job or a GM who's operating under the impression he's going to be there for some years to come. So if he does a deal that fixes them like right now, then he thinks he's out of there soon, like Africa said, because stuff like this is how GMs get fired, and he may still get fired.
But so what are the chances? What are the chances of the Brooklyn Nets looking at the trade landscape, seeing these packages, not liking what they see, and just riding with Kyrie for the rest of the season and letting him walk? What are the chances?
Well, again, it comes down to what I think it comes down to
Sometimes it's
what
not
Brooklyn
what we
thinks they can
understand.
get.
It
It's
comes
if they
down to the
so I mean Brooklyn has proved that they'll play the long game or call your bluff, right? So if they could sit back. So I think Kyrie can't extend with anyone else more than 2 years if he's traded. With Brooklyn, he can extend 4 years prior to the trade. So if maybe Brooklyn's thinking something, I don't know. Like I said, but it's I don't know how much leverage Brooklyn has, other than just saying they could try to like the unsafe mode of trying to do a sign and trade in the offseason, which is really really hard to do. So I think the only thing they got in their bag is hoping that Kyrie's still playing for that contract, and if they keep him, he balls out, and they still could resign him. But I think it's going to come down to when they talk to Durant.
Yeah, and listen, this is why I believe that KD and Kyrie probably already had this discussion before. You know what I mean, beforehand. So I think that they already know, their plans, so they try to execute it. You know what I'm saying, to their liking. But I think that I could listen. I know even with Kyrie coming over here and stuff like that, and so I know a lot of people are like, oh, so that means that Russ is going to Nets. That doesn't mean that Russ is going to Nets and
Not
he's
at all.
playing with KD. You know what I
Not
mean?
at all.
So yeah,
I think he would get bought out if he went to the Nets. But I really think that's why all those other teams have been linked to Lakers and trades, because I think those are all the guys that are just the third team options. So we'll see what comes of it. But I don't think Russ will ever play for the Nets if he gets traded there. That's just my opinion.
It's gonna be a very, very sketchy situation, man.
What's up, Elder?
Up,
Hey,
Elder?
salute y'all. I ain't gonna be on here long. I got a couple minutes, but people think the Nets still don't have control of the situation, and they do. They still got all the leverage. Again, they show me how stupid they are.
Yeah.
You know, if you like the one brother was saying, he made a very good point about how GMs move when they know their job's not on the line, and how GMs move when they could be getting ready to get fired. It's a total different thing. But the Nets, the way they have been moving and what they've shown me, they don't get what they like. I could see them just keeping Kyrie and keeping Durant. Both of them unhappy, just like they did this summer, and make them play out this year. Durant could go back and say that he wants to be traded this summer, and Kyrie just walk away. See, what the Nets also know is the teams that Kyrie will go to, none of them have cap space. None of them have enough. Let me put it this way. None of them will have enough cap space to re-sign him. So for Kyrie to get the money that he wants, he's going to have to do a sign and trade. That means the power's back in the Nets' hands, because they have to approve the players that will be coming back on the sign and trade. You see what I'm saying? They won't win now players. They won't win now players. They don't want those picks to be lottery picks for Houston at all. They want to continue to win. So if they're doing these moves and they don't feel like these guys are going to help them win right now, they're not going to do the moves. And they didn't give up anything to get Kyrie. Remember, they brought him in on free agency. So it's not a big deal. Like it ain't like when you got Harden and you gave up 27,000 picks to get him. Kyrie and KD both came in as free agents, so they didn't
That's
give up any
right.
assets
That's
to get
right.
them.
They came in as free agents.
Yeah.
Hey, but I
So
kind of disagree with that because the assets that you gave up for James Harden was in the context of Kyrie and KD. You're not giving up those assets if you don't think you're gonna win now, right? So just by indirectly, they kind of did give up assets getting Kyrie and KD because they went all in, went for James Harden, and so they kind of lost out on that.
they don't coincide, bro. They didn't lose out because they still got Ben Simmons and the other things
that's a
came
loss.
from that.
Come on, that's a loss.
Yeah, that was my
It's
next
not a
question,
loss.
Elder.
It
All I'm
doesn't
saying
make
is
a
that don't. But
difference
that
what
don't.
you
What I'm
guys
saying is
think
that
is a
doesn't.
loss. Those
That
are
doesn't go.
assets
Those
that
those
other
don't go
NBA
against.
teams would like to have.
Yeah,
It's
those
like
don't go against the.
Monopoly.
Those don't
Ben
go
Simmons
against.
ain't no
Those
asset
don't
right now,
go
bro.
against.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
He's
well,
not.
you got more than Ben Simmons. So you got Curry, you got whatever else came with that. It was a pick swaps around or whatever they did. But again,
I
that
think
don't have nothing
Drummond
to
came
do
too.
with Kyrie and MK. Yeah, Drummond came, so it don't have nothing to do with that. That's totally separate, actually, when they look at it like that. Now, KD, they'll definitely get
What's
something
up,
for
Pagan?
him. You know what I'm saying? Because they gave up an asset when they got him. Because remember, he did the signing trade, and that's when they sent D'Lo over there. So they'll make sure, and KD's just worth it. They'll make sure. Kyrie's just a headache to them, and they don't really want to deal with Kyrie. And so I could see them doing it. I could see them, if they don't get what they want, I could just see them both. Because they know Kyrie's still in a bad position because he can't act a fool. He can't go and do the, I got diarrhea and I don't want to play and all that. He can't do that because he'll be screwing up himself. Because this is the thing. Kyrie's goal is to get a 4-year, $200 million deal, guy. You know what I'm saying? He can't start acting a fool now and then expect one of these teams to say, you know what, y'all want to invest in you moving forward. So he still got to stay on his best behavior, and they know that. So him and KD love balling. They're gonna get out there and play.
So Elder, let me ask you a question. Let's say the Nets, and I agree with you what you're saying.
I
We touched
agree
on
with
that
you,
earlier.
Elder.
We touched on that earlier, saying that Kyrie can't act a fool
Okay.
because it's a contract year. But having
Right.
said that, if you're the Nets and you know that this Kyrie deal, you know where you're at with him, and if this deal is about to happen and KD's next, you might also want to get into a mode where you're taking on these draft picks, because you might have to use some of those to offload Ben Simmons if you're trying to clear the deck. So if they're taking the long game approach, like if Sean Marks is thinking, like, if he's in line with the owner and they've got a 5 to 7 year plan, whatever it is, and he thinks he's going to be the guy, then they've got to start to take that long game approach. Because if you move Kyrie, if you know moving Kyrie is going to trigger you moving KD, then you're going to have to be in clear the deck mode, and you're going to probably take on as many future assets as
May
possible.
I ask a question?
Yeah, let me just finish my question real quick. So
Okay.
so in the event of them doing that, do you think, if you're Sean Marks, Elder, would you be sitting back thinking, like, I got to get as much draft capital as possible because I might have to unload Ben Simmons?
No, because I know the people that he worked for don't give a flip about that. First and foremost, I don't think you're gonna have to give up draft assets to get rid of Ben Simmons, believe it or not. Once they get to that, I'm being honest, once they get to that point, because he's so young, you see these teams and agents and
Thank you,
GMs,
Elder.
they all think they
Question.
can, you know how you got
Why
to
would
stay
I
the whole
need to give
mentality?
up draft
They
picks?
all feel that same way. So they all feel
Why
that
would
Ben
I
Simmons
need to
comes
give
here,
up draft
we
picks
can.
for Ben Simmons, who
Oh,
has mental
let him finish.
problems,
Let him finish.
who has
Yeah.
nothing
So
to do with basketball?
yeah, so that's why I don't think they're gonna ever have to do that. And then again, those picks, they're valuable, the Lakers picks, but they're not valuable to everyone. All GMs don't feel the way that Masai Ujiri and Danny Ainge feel. There's a few GMs that feel those are the most valuable assets because those two teams are building towards the future. Everybody don't feel that way because those are picks 5 and 7 years down the road, and you have zero idea what those picks are gonna be. You know what I mean? The Lakers get the right players back, they could be good during those years, and those are late first round picks that mean nothing. You know what I mean? So everybody don't feel the same way about those picks. I don't think Brooklyn's in a bad situation right now where they have to do anything. I think teams need to step up if they really want Kyrie and put their best deal forward. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't see the Lakers. If I'm Sean Marks, I don't like what the Lakers have. I don't. So the Lakers got to get a third team or a fourth team involved. I don't want Russell Westbrook because I cannot put him with there. And then even if I get Lonnie Walker, that's not enough. I already got a guy on the bench I could put in there and do that for me. His name is Cam Thomas. I don't really need Lonnie Walker. I'll take him, but I don't need him, to get that money off. So, and then those 2 picks is not, I ain't winning with those right now. So you got to bring me, I want to be able to get players that can help me now and picks if I can, because that's the level Kyrie's on. He's an all-star. He's a max player. So if I ain't getting something on that level, I'm not interested in moving him, and I just let him sit.
So let me ask you.
But most general
Let me ask
managers
you.
don't care about winning championships. They care about putting butts in the seats.
Oh, that's owners. GMs care about winning championships, bro. But Elder. So, question. So you brought this up before, and you mentioned, I believe this was you. Correct me if I'm wrong. You had mentioned there was a scenario where Rob Pelinka probably hits up Danny Ainge and let's not talk about players.
No, he doesn't.
Like what would be what if I put these 2 unprotected first round picks on the table? What would you offer me for those? Right? I think you mentioned that. So if you're Brooklyn and you bring Utah into this trade, and Utah and Brooklyn can get Markkanen out of the deal, Lakers get Kyrie, and Utah ends up with the picks, would you do that deal if you're Brooklyn?
Yes. If I could get Markkanen, yes.
Yeah, and other pieces. I think I would too. So that's why I've been saying that.
You're going to have to for salary purposes.
Yeah.
You're going to have to make the salary.
So I've
You're going to get at least one other piece. I would definitely do that, and then what I would try to do is extract some second round picks out of the Lakers.
Yep.
I would try to get them to give me a couple seconds, and then they can send those 2 there for Markkanen. But yeah, you're going to have to talk Danny Ainge into giving up Mark. I think he would. I think Danny Ainge will give up Mark.
I mean, because I don't think he's in the permanent long-term plan. Because I think he,
I think he would. Yeah.
So if you have that deal, right, you have that going, and that's probably why I said I think
they need a wing. They need a wing. Markkanen can go. I mean, he can get in there and get it done. That's the on the rise, all-star level player. I would. Yep. I would think that's a great return. If I could get a couple seconds, and or maybe even the first. I may be able to pry a first out of Utah for that, because they was willing to give up
before.
The first.
They've offered it.
Yeah. So if I could get any kind of first, something, and Markkanen, that I would do that. Me personally, I don't know anybody else is going to offer a better deal. Dallas don't have nothing better than that. Miami doesn't have anything better than that, unless Toronto come and put some stuff on the table, which I don't see them doing. Because a lot of this got to depend. Y'all got to understand, if Kyrie really don't want to go, these teams are not going to do that. And think about it, there's got to be a team that's willing to pay Kyrie. He's already saying he wants a 4-year, $200 million extension. So you got to be willing to pay the man. Which teams are actually willing to give Kyrie that kind of money? That really cuts the teams down. Really cuts
the thing is, and once he's traded, that timeline that he can be extended cuts in half. So I think teams would rather sit back and wait for that, because Brooklyn's the only team that can extend him 4 years. If he gets traded, the team that inherits him can only extend him by 2 years. So teams that are going to trade for him, that's preference probably to them, right? But I think Utah, Charlotte, and San Antonio, I think those guys are in standby mode.
When he just signed the extension before getting traded, then that's what he would do.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's what he's going to try to do, obviously, right? So that's probably why this is out there
before
now.
Getting traded.
Yeah, so I talked about that earlier, because I'm like, they're saying that's probably why he's putting this out now.
Jeannie will give up those. She'll give up those picks for Kyrie. That's a big enough name for her. She'll give them up for Kyrie, because that'll definitely put the Lakers in contention. She'd do it. I just don't think the Lakers have the assets though that's gonna move Brooklyn. I don't think those 2 picks move them because they're so far away. And if they can't get win now players, I don't see it. They definitely don't want those picks to be lottery picks for Houston at all.
But why get if you're the Nets? Why get win now